everybody. This is
Bullshit
with Emmy
and Kylie.
And today we're going to be talking about what it's like dating as a single parent, specifically as a single mom. As of course, we're both single moms. So Kylie, would you like to start our icebreaker today?
Yeah, we are doing Would You Rather.
Ooh, would you rather?
So, oh, that's a fun one. There it is. Would you rather only speak in riddles or only speak in rhyme?
Oof. I feel like both are pretty freaking annoying. Like, sometimes when I'm talking to my brother Tommy, he sounds like he's doing both at the same time. Maybe in riddles. Make me sound smarter than speaking in just rhymes.
Possibly.
What about you?
Probably rhyme.
Rhymes?
It'd be easier to speak to a toddler.
Okay.
There's a bunch you can scroll through.
Would you rather visit the past or travel into the future?
There'd be a few things I would like to change about the past too.
Or you know what? That would be awesome. Just me and Ambrose go and like time travel to the past when my Nana was like still in her brain.
Aww.
So she can meet Ambrose. That'd be pretty cool.
Without fucking up the timeline. That would have to be stipulation. Just don't fuck up the timeline.
And be like, hey Nana, this is your grandson. And then just blip out and leave her confused as fuck.
That's what caused her brain to dip out.
Plot twist. Sorry for the dementia, Grandma.
Sorry.
It's okay. It wasn't the seizures or anything.
Rather believe in something that no one else does or know a secret you could never share?
Well, I already know secrets I can never share.
Oh, well, that's not a fun one then.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you rather never feel physical pain or never feel emotional pain?
Physical pain. Like, I'm fine if I break my leg and I don't know about it. It's okay.
Honestly, after the hospital trip, I would much rather never feel emotional pain. Because
Really?
if I didn't feel like that back pain I was having, I'd be dead.
Yeah. That's true. That's true. Nah, I can handle the emotional pain because I've emotionally tortured myself on a daily basis.
Yes, you do, and I'm trying to get you to stop.
You know it. I like things that aren't necessarily good for me.
Who does, though?
In a legal way, though. Let me know. In a legal way.
Alright, want to do one more?
Yes, one more.
Alrighty. Here, you can choose this one. Can I take back my answer for the previous question?
Sure. Would you rather give away all your money or all of your belongings? My money, because I only have $2 to my name.
Does it count your debt, though?
I mean, are we giving away all the debt? Or do we have to keep the debt and make it worse? I would love to give my debt to anybody who wants it. It's not that much. It's only like 20 grand total with card.
Yeah, probably the same. Probably the money. Me and my $20.
Exactly. We do that all the time anyways.
We still have a bed to sleep on. But I'll make $20 again eventually.
Yeah. Money is always flowing. Alright.
Have my brother teach me how to invest in stocks and shit.
Oh, that'd be fun. That'd be fun. I don't get that shit.
Me neither.
So, I stay out of it.
He was really into, not Bitcoin, what's the amount of it? Cryptocurrency or whatever.
Yeah.
For a hot minute. He was doing really well with it, but I don't know where it went.
Well, hopefully he just gets super rich someday from that shit. Your brother deserves it.
Hopefully.
Okay. So, Kylie, dating as a single mom is like one of my worst fears. Like, I hate this shit. Okay?
It sucked. Yeah, it sucked trying to find a partner that would, like, accept both you and the kid. And then, like, first you have to accept that you have a kid. And then you gotta make sure they mesh together. Because, like, if one doesn't like the other, or, like, they're not compatible, all right, then I'm not gonna choose somebody over my kid.
Well, obviously.
Like, Dustin straight up knows that I will always choose DJ over him.
My ex-husband found out the hard way that I'd always choose Ambrose over him.
Yeah. Fucking douchebag. I'm better than your ex because I didn't make your kid's birthday party about me.
Fuck you. The ones who know, and the people who were there all felt that shit. They did. Knew. That was so bad.
I had to throw in one in there.
Oh my god. Like, no, but after, like, because I started dating my ex-husband while I was still pregnant, and I knew him prior to dating, so I wasn't, like, super worried or anything. It was the moving in together part that just, like, went to fucking shit.
Yeah.
And you were there for that. You saw all of that.
All of it.
But after I got divorced, and I'm, like, in the dating game again, I'm like, fuck. You know? And pre-child, I'm not gonna lie, I was not an innocent person. I definitely had what they would call a hoe phase post-high school. And I just couldn't, like, now I'm older, I'm like, I just can't do that.
Yeah.
You, like, you know...
You can try, but then it's just, like, you find yourself attaching to one person.
Yeah, and it's difficult. And that's what ended up happening. I did attach myself to one person, and he just ended up being a shitbag, too.
Yeah.
So I just don't... Now, at this point, I'm exhausted. I don't do dating apps anymore. I'm done with it. If I'm not going to meet you at a fucking supermarket, I don't want it. I'm that old.
I think I got pretty lucky with Dustin, though.
You did.
Because we met on Bumble.
Yeah. You did.
Yeah, I was terrified. I didn't know what was going to happen. I was actually supposed to meet him at Who Hot with just, like, the two of us. But then I couldn't get a hold of Anastasia. Turns out she had fallen asleep. And then, like, he didn't text me, like, at all that morning. And so I was like, oh, shit, maybe we're not, like, actually meeting up. Maybe I'm getting ghosted. So I didn't even really care to even text him because I was like, he'll text me. He texted me when he got to the mall.
Oh.
He's like, hey, I'm here. And I was like, I had to play it off that I didn't know what time it was. I'm like, I'm sorry, I didn't realize what time it was. Give me like 20 minutes and I'll be there. I can't get a hold of my babysitter. Is it okay if I bring the kid? And he's like, I mean, I'll have to meet her eventually, right?
That's sweet, though.
Yeah. And so, like, I get there. I'm in fucking pajamas and a sweatshirt.
But, like, that's just you.
Yeah, he's actually kind of, like, nicer dressed. Like, you've seen, like, his nicer dress.
Yeah.
And so I was like, he kind of put in a little bit of effort. DJ had actually fallen asleep on the way there. And he actually was like, hey, go get your food. I'll make sure she doesn't, like, get up if she wakes up. I kept looking back just to make sure.
Well,
he kept checking. He kept looking back at me, too.
That's super sweet, though.
So, yeah, it was really nice. Then I found out he wanted to stay in Kansas. And then my first thought was, fuck, this ain't gonna work. And now we're dating. And it's been March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. It'll be 9 months.
Wow.
Yeah.
9 months.
I mean, we've had our ups and downs. But, like, he's always been really accepting of DJ.
It's a learning curve, too.
It really is. I had to keep in mind that he's never really been around.
I think that's another thing, too, when you're dating someone who's never been around kids, is the learning curve of teaching them patience.
Yeah.
Kindness. Luna has input because she's also a single mother of 4. I just threw her some egg. And I think that's another thing, too. And I started to, like, go for dads. Because I thought it would be easier. But then it's, like, it's not easier to date someone that's a dad. Because you don't know if they're, like, an actual dad. Or are they, like, a deadbeat dad. And I could never condone dating a deadbeat dad.
Unfortunately, you did, but you found out after.
I found out after. And that I reached out to his ex-wife because there were concerning things that were going on, very bad things, and she just pretty much validated everything I was going through, and she is so sweet and so kind. I don't know, dating I feel is still really hard for me. I'm glad you have found your person.
Me too.
But for me, it's still very difficult. I don't know, and especially with Ambrose, because he's not a typical child.
Mm-hmm.
So when he's having a screaming meltdown and he can't be soothed, can you handle it? Or are you going to be kind and gentle enough to just, like, reassure me that it's okay? Because I'm going to sit on the floor and cry with him. Like, I do that all the time, and you know I do that. But
I know. To be honest, screaming triggers me. You've seen it with DJ, how bad it triggers me sometimes. Like, I can keep my cool for as long as I can. With Ambrose, I think it's easier for me.
Because it's
like,
not yours.
Yeah. And just because, like, I know he can't, like, be soothed like DJ can. Neurotypical versus neurodivergent.
Yeah.
But, like, when DJ gets into hers, there are some days where I'm just, like, calm, cool, and collected with it. But then other days, depending on, like, what else I've got going on, I'm not going to lie, stoop to her level, too. You've seen it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's just like, can a partner handle me at, like, my worst when I'm throwing a temper tantrum with my toddler?
And that's really it. And then there's also such high statistics on step parents and abuse to their stepchildren.
Unfortunately.
So that's another huge fear. Like, I think that, you know, in dating, I think we have different rules for dating. You were obviously okay with taking DJ to go meet Dustin, but it was in a public place or whatever, so that's fine. But for me, it's like, no, I don't want you to meet my kid. You can wait. My kid is
Dustin would have waited.
He would have waited. Well, yeah, I'm not saying that. But, and I'm glad it was more so public place, and he does great with DJ for someone who's never been around kids.
I mean, he has his little cousins, but, like, not, like,
yeah, but it's not
age.
the same. It's really not the same. But at this point, Ambrose is too sweet and too kind. He doesn't have a father figure in his life. I feel like he gets emotionally attached to people after they're around for a while.
Yeah, I saw it with, it was really quick.
And I think he got attached because Brent's a dad. And he's a good dad. I watched him be a good dad. And Ambrose just, I feel, is a good judge of character as well. This is a prime example of what it's like dating someone with a kid. They're arguing over toy horses right now. Ambrose wants the more realistic brown horse and not the My Little Pony. So.
And DJ wants the brown horse just because Ambrose wanted the brown horse.
That's what it's like having siblings, and while they're not biologically siblings, they 110% act like it.
They always have, too.
Yep. It started with the damn binky stealing. DJ used to steal Ambrose's binky all the time.
And then, like, she never wanted her own. No. I even tried getting her the same kind that Ambi had.
The exact same one. The exact same fucking color.
Oh, well, we went through, like, so many binkies and so many things trying to get her to stop stealing his.
And Ambrose only liked one particular binky.
Yup.
And the one time he chewed through it, he did not sleep for an entire week. So, and now it's like that with his blanket if you don't have his blanket.
You know, I would like that with the blanket.
Me too. I still have it. It's in my bed. That's another downfall. If you're dating a single mom, she might have some trauma. Not all.
I talk about my trauma in therapy. It's fine.
Yeah. I just openly talk about it. I have no shame. If a stranger says some shit to me, I'm like, you know, I got abandonment issues. Fuck you.
That's how we became friends, though. You just freaking trauma.
I know. I literally. I was like, the first day we hang out, I was living in Manhattan and you came to the apartment, and I was packing up to go visit family because my husband at the time was on rotation, and you was just bullshit with me while I packed.
And then we played Sims.
I was showing you Sims. And I pretty much was like, you want to be my friend? I'm going to lay all this shit out right now.
Over Facebook Messenger, too. I just didn't know how to respond. But I was just like, this is really interesting. I don't know. Didn't you say you didn't think I liked you at that point?
Yeah, I was like, I don't know if she likes me. I was telling my ex-husband, I was like, I don't know if she likes me or not. Because she just sat there and listened. Maybe she was taking it all in because I am a lot. Like, I am either super shy and reserved or, like, I'm just a lot. And I think I just knew that we were going to click and be really good friends, and I didn't have friends per se besides one person we shall not name because we're not friends anymore. You can go fuck yourself.
Blanket stealer. Thank you to the, what was it, the Manhattan Single Mom Group or something it was that we met in?
Yeah, on Facebook. Shout out to them. If you move anywhere and you can't find friends, check Facebook groups.
Check the mom groups if you're single
Yes.
parent or single dad group too.
Yes.
Like, you'll find your best friend there. You'll be living together after 2 years.
Yeah. You'll go through divorce together. You'll raise your kids together. You know, dating as a single parent. Okay, what was your favorite dating app?
I could say Bumble.
Bumble?
I liked the. I mean, I had to remember that I had to be the one to message them first.
Yeah.
But when I used it most recently, like 9 months ago, you could do like this 20 questions thing, and that's how I got a lot of my conversation started. If I couldn't like think of something clever for myself to say, I would start off with the question, and I actually met pretty cool people like that. Like the one guy I went on a date with on Valentine's Day. That's how our conversation started. I did that with Dustin. I can't remember what I started him with. It was like 2 other people off of Bumble that I thought were really chill.
Yeah, I had no success. The one person I did start talking to, we found out is a shitbag.
Yeah.
6 months down the road, big bummer. Bought me a promise ring and still cheated on me.
It was only 6 months?
Oh, I was a little bit more than that, but...
Oh.
But he still, like, bought me a promise ring for Valentine's Day. And in the same week, he cheated on me while he was in training. You know. Yeah.
What's your biggest fear as a single mom?
Someone not being safe for my child. That's just, like, my biggest fear. Not respecting my child. It's a huge thing for me. Because when people, I feel like when people talk about autism and learning disabilities, there's always a negative tone to it. Like, oh my God, I hope he gets better. Bitch, it's not cancer.
It's not going to get better.
It's not cancer.
Well, I mean, it is. Sorry, I shouldn't say it's not going to get better.
It does get better over time.
It just can't be cured.
Right. Like, he's still going to have difficulties. Like, I don't know how old mentally he's ever going to be. And I don't, because he lacks the communication piece. That kid could know the secrets.
Smart as hell.
And he could know the secrets of the universe. He could be the next fucking Einstein. The kid can fucking read and knows how to play do-re-mi on a goddamn piano. Like, he's smart. And if he had that puzzle piece of fucking the communication in his brain, fuck, he'd be the next fucking savant. You know what I mean?
He and DJ would make a pretty good pair.
They would.
She's devious.
She's devious. She's got some great problem-solving skills herself.
Oh, yeah.
And he thinks differently in his problem-solving skills. I don't know. He's more logical, and she's more like, we're just gonna make a mess of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She gets stuff done that she wants to do, but leaves a tornado in her path, kind of like her mom.
Yeah. That's accurate. And Rosa's like, if I stack this, and then I stack this, and I can climb over this.
And that's how I get cereal.
That's how I get cereal. If I move this drawer like this drawer, and then now I have steps, and now I have cereal. Oh my God.
DJ, I want this toy downstairs. Throws it down the stairs.
Literally. Surprised she doesn't put a hole in the wall throwing that dang Tonka truck down the steps. Oh my goodness. At least it's not a metal one. It would have been so bad.
Ambrose. Collected and meticulous. DJ.
Chaos.
Yeah.
In
My
the
brain
best
stopped
way
working.
possible. Chaos. Love her to death. Let's try our thought again. We just keep talking about our kids. That's another thing as a single parent. We're not going to shut the fuck up about our kids. Like, you just have to get the fuck over it. Like, that's our entire world.
Try not to let it be my entire identity.
But it's
my
still
entire
the
world.
This is, like, what I do every day. Like, I work and I come home with my kid. Work is more boring than talking about my kid. Like, I'm going to tell everybody in the world, my 3-year-old knows how to read. When did you learn how to read? Fucking pussy. Like, that's my
mom
favorite
who doesn't
small brag.
read.
Literally, because I don't like to read. So it's like, why does my kid love to read? Fuck it. I'm not even going to question it. It's great for him.
See, then me, I love to read. DJ,
Yeah.
She'll listen to stories,
Yeah,
but she'll get bored really quickly.
She likes I know she likes the short ones. And I was like, oh, you take after NM. You don't have the attention span for this. I get you, girl. I'm right there with you. And you gotta understand, the living room's gonna be a disaster. I don't give a fuck.
24/7.
There's toys everywhere, and I'm not picking up some toys just because you're coming over. The kitchen's probably the cleanest part of the house.
Probably.
That or my bedroom. And you ain't going in my bedroom yet.
Two probably messy spaces are either going to be the living room or my room.
Yeah. The kids' room's pretty bad too right now.
I had like this entire week off, so I'm hoping I can just clean and organize.
You do that. I'm taking a break this week. Because I literally pick something every day and clean. But that's just me, because I have more of a sense of urgency to clean than you do. So I'm just like, it needs to be clean now. That's what happens when you're in an abusive marriage and get told everything that you do isn't enough. But that's another thing.
That's why it's so hard for me to clean, because I got told that growing up. It's interesting how we have like the same trauma.
But like went different directions.
Yeah.
I love that for us.
I'm working on it in therapy though.
I'm proud of you. I'm working on it by continuing to clean the house.
It's like the meme. It's like trying to date a single mom be like, I am free March 23rd, 2035 between 2:15 and 2:17 p.m.
It's so bad. And then people like who don't have kids don't get that.
It's like, why don't you just find a sitter? Because like I've exhausted all my I've exhausted all my options.
And let's talk about expectations
when
it comes to paying for shit, right? Because I know a lot of men are like, modern woman world, why do I need to pay for dates X, Y, and Z? That's fair. But if I'm spending $100 for a babysitter to come hang out with you for like 2 hours, you're paying for the fucking dinner. That's just how I see it. I'm spending $100 plus whatever fucking gas, because I'm not getting in a car with you. I just met you.
Yeah.
And you can pay $60 for some dinner, because I just spent $100 for 2 hours of babysitting so I can have a date. That's another thing. And I don't think non-single parents realize that or see that effort we have to take when going on a date.
And then it's like, for me, all my friends are usually busy. Or like, I don't want to ask my mom, because my mom has her 7 days a week already, because I'm working 2 jobs.
And you're in school.
I'm in school. So like, I don't want to ask my mom for more than I already have. And then you work. I have Ambrose.
Yeah.
Like, whenever I want to go on a date or I have free time, you have work the next morning. So I'm not going to ask you unless we're going out early.
Yeah, because I'm a grumpy butt, because Ambrose likes to party all night.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I can't. I got to be up at 6, and Ambrose is going to be asleep by 4.
Or, like, then all my other friends are just usually too busy. Right. Or, like, I don't want to bug them.
Right.
Because, like, we all got shit to do the next morning. And it's like, my schedule and Dustin's schedule don't usually match up.
For me, doing that kind of stuff, it's just hard. Last night, I went to go hang out with some friends, and I took Ambrose because the friend also has a kid.
Yeah.
And they could play, and they actually did really great with each other. I'm super proud of Ambrose for that. But, like, they were asking me, do you ever get, like, free time or a break? Because this friend has family here. She's from here. And, you know, she can just, her kid can go hang out with her parents or whatever. Like, DJ can go hang out with your mom. And, like, it's her grandkid, no question asked. She didn't really give a shit, right? And I'm like, no, I don't get free time. And they're like, how do you do that? How do you spend every day with your kid? And I was like, it's all I've known for the last 3 years. What do you mean? It's just life. I'm tired. I'm burnt out. But I do what I gotta do.
Even, like, when I am out, like, on a date, like, if I go out with friends, I'm constantly texting my sitter.
Yeah.
Unless it's my mom.
Yeah.
But then
well, yeah, if it's Mama Cole normally sends me a text throughout the night. Hey, he went swimming. Hey, he ate this.
Yeah.
Hey, I gave him a bath because he stunk. I'm like,
yeah,
cool.
But then, like, if it's, like, a friend or somebody else, I'm just like, hey, how's DJ doing? Like, is everything okay? You guys need anything?
Mm-hmm.
And, like, I'm always, like, there, like, hey, if you need me to come home, I'll come home, like, immediately.
And Ambrose's primary sitter has been watching Ambrose for so long at this point, like, I don't even message her. I don't get worried with her, because I know she knows.
Yeah.
All Ambrose.
I've finally gotten to the point with Dustin where it's, like, I'm comfortable with leaving her with him for, like, extended periods of time and not texting him.
And then sometimes you leave him with her and I'm home, so it's, like, if he has any questions, he can always talk to me, too, about it. And he knows that because he'll ask me things.
That's another thing about dating a single parent. Not even just, like, a mom, but a single parent in general. If the dad is a good single dad, or a mom is a good single mom, cares about the kid, they're going to be cautious about leaving you with their child.
Well,
like, it's not going to be an immediate, like, click.
I think with my ex,
especially with like toddlers.
yes.
I mean, if DJ was like a little bit older, I might not as lenient, but like I'd be less cautious. It might have taken a little bit quicker time for me to get comfortable, but that's because like I know they can talk.
Yeah.
Like, DJ can't talk to me if something goes wrong.
That's my biggest fear, and that's why I'm like always pressing. Like when they for therapy, like every 6 months they do the re-evaluation. And they're like, "What's your next goal?" And I was like, "The same thing. I don't care if my kid lives off fucking chicken nuggets and mac and cheese. I can give him vitamins and make sure he's getting everything else he needs, right?
Yeah.
I want him to be able to tell me how his day was. That's what I care about. I want him to go to school, and if something is happening at school that shouldn't be, him tell me.
He can have like a. You said the therapist or the school's trying to work with you to get like a communication pad, right?
Yes. But it all depends on if he can learn it, and he only has speech at school 2 times a week for 15 minutes.
That's not enough for. That's not enough at all.
But he has therapy an hour once a week outside of school.
True.
I could do ABA, but I'm super iffy on ABA.
Yeah. I've heard a lot of like back and forth things about ABA.
I mean, his primary sitter does ABA for her daughter in home, and maybe that's better because you're watching it happen in home.
Yeah.
But I don't like people in our house. Like, I'm just weird. Unless, like, we know them, like, I don't really like people in the house.
You don't like people going in your room, let alone the house.
That's trauma. That's trauma alone. And this isn't a therapy episode, but that's trauma alone. About, like, I'm very particular about the way things be in certain areas of the house, like in the kitchen cupboards. You know I'm weird about that.
Yeah.
Spiral.
Another thing about not ADHD moms, single moms, we will get sidetracked because we all have undiagnosed ADHD.
Literally, I went and tried to start a load of laundry, and then I was like, oh no, there's cat litter on the floor, and then I went to go vacuum, but on the way to get the vacuum, I saw the sink, and I was like, oh no, there's dishes in the sink, and then I opened the dishwasher, oh no, the dishwasher's full of clean dishes. He puts the dishes away, and then I'm like, wait, what was I doing? And 30 minutes later, I'm like, oh yeah, I need to start this laundry, or I'm not gonna have clothes for work. And then that's super important too, because in a woman's working world, like, and there's men who want traditional women, but like they also expect us to work. If I'm gonna work as much as you, regardless of the type of job it is, if I'm still working 40 hours a week and you're working 40 hours a week, full-time jobs, if I come home and the house is a mess and you're just bitching at me on why the house is a mess, you can go fuck yourself and get out of my house.
I will never bitch at you for the house not being clean.
I'm just saying a man who wants a traditional woman.
Oh, yeah.
Like, if I'm working and you're working, go do some fucking dishes, bitch.
Oh.
Damn straight, Luna.
Oh, yeah. You good girl.
I just don't know, dating is super difficult, and I don't like it anymore.
Yeah, no.
I don't. It's not fun. It's not a good time. They either just want to hook up, or they don't understand. And that's why, like, I've been trying to just date some single dads, and that's not even funny.
That's why I said you need yourself a you version of a Dustin.
But a totally different personality.
Yeah, that's why I said a you version. Dustin is my Dustin. You just need someone to understand Ambrose, understand your independence, and treat you like a fucking queen and worship the ground you walk on.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Instead of dry ass messages and no validation when I'm obviously seeking it. Because I'm super big on the validation.
That's what I like about Dustin. Like, no matter how often I ask him for like validation, he always gives it to me.
I'm so glad. It makes me so happy.
Like, he'll give me shit for it, but like he's still giving it to me, and he makes me laugh.
This is gonna be off topic because I was thinking about like dating and like people dating people who treat them right. You know who Tana, right? You know Tana.
Who's Tana?
Tana Mojo.
No.
I'm gonna make you listen to their podcast, Tana and Brooke. But I love Tana. She's our age, closer to my age. And I've been watching her since she was on YouTube, and she's fucking made herself.
Oh, is she the one that you're always watching, like the golf-looking chick?
No.
No? Oh.
No. Tana is Tana. Hang on. I love Tana. She would never hear this. I love her. I would love to sit down and have a conversation with her.
My favorite podcast is Guys We Fucked. The anti-slut shaming podcast.
This is Tana. They have their podcast canceled. And they're unapologetically like... Here, Lou. They're unapologetically like themselves. I love Tana. She's always been a queen of like canceled, right? And she embraces it. But she definitely went through her phase of rich guys, lots of money, just sex, nothing great. She dated fucking Bella Thorne, like was in a 3-way relationship with Bella Thorne.
Damn.
Yeah, and I'm sure everyone's like, that's a pivot point that everyone wants to talk about her, but finally, she went to Hawaii, okay, on like a little break from life, okay? And she came back to LA with a new boyfriend. And, like, just, like, popped up on the internet with a new boyfriend. Yeah. And everyone's like, Tana, settled down? Like she's going to settle down with this man? Mm-hmm. And she was talking about it on the podcast, and she genuinely is like, I think this is the one. Because, like, when you know, you know. And I'm like, oh, Tana!
That's what I felt about Dustin. Like, after, even though I didn't feel like I would date him after he said he wanted to stay in Kansas, because at that time, I was, like, dead set on moving back to Texas.
Sorry, I convinced you otherwise, and then I want to talk about moving to West Virginia, but I won't leave you.
If I'm not allowed to go back to Texas, you're not allowed to go to West Virginia.
No, I have nothing holding me back besides you and your family.
Okay.
That's the only reason. I'm still here.
But I still invited him over that night because I was making homemade soup. And Anastasia was over too. And I'm like, do you want to come over for soup later? And he came over, and I ended up, like, laying in his lap while we watched Anastasia play this horror game called Little Nightmares. And as soon as I laid down on his lap, he put his arm around me, and I'm just like, I like this, and I want more. But I guess it was really confusing for him, because I was just like, I don't know, I want to go to Texas. So he's like, I don't know, maybe she doesn't want a relationship. Or he was thinking, maybe we could have, like, a short relationship until she moves to Texas, because she seems chill and I want her. But then out of nowhere, I think it was like third or fourth time he came over, I ended up falling asleep on his lap. And then, like, I woke up, and then I got up, and I took his hand, I brought him to my bedroom, and I just pointed at my bed. And he's like, huh? I'm just like,
go to bed.
Get in. And then he cuddled in next to me, and he's like, can I have a goodnight kiss? And I'm like, no.
No. Never.
And then I turned around and I thought about it. I'm like, no, this man's been such a gentleman and so sweet. He deserves a goodnight kiss. So I turned back around and I kissed him.
That's so sweet. See?
But yeah, this is Guys We Fucked, Corinna and Christina. No, Corinne and Christina.
Okay.
Anti-slut shaming podcast. They talk a lot about, like, feminism and women's issues and discrimination, and they always get, like, a guy's perspective on things. And they're, like, super huge. My ex-girlfriend actually showed me them. And so, like, they're at the point that they get, like, emails of, like, different topics and questions that can be answered on the podcast. And one that I remember specifically was from a teen who was on an all-boys hockey team. And she was getting treated like absolute shit because she was the only female. And so, like, they talked about the issues that it brings, and then what she can do about it and how to go about it. It's really cool. And it's not all sexual related, right? Like, there is this one, a woman who is, like, an Orthodox Jew getting out of her religion and, like, how that religion, treated females and a bunch of other stuff and how she finally got out of it, what she's doing with her life. Like, it's really cool. I love them.
They sound really cool. I'm going to have to add it to my playlist to listen to for my drives to work. Ooh, red flags. Okay, Kylie.
Oh, we were supposed to do the biggest ick.
Oh, well, that's okay.
It's fine.
This is what happens when we just wing it and don't wing it Google Doc. We knew the topic and we was like, we're going to wing it. But, okay, what's some, like, major red flags for you?
Spot. Jesus.
Okay, for me, like, a big red flag is, like, when you start dating somebody or, like, going on dates with somebody and they bring up that they have kids and their first thing is, but their mom doesn't let me talk to them. Red flag number one, if that's the first thing you're leading with. And granted, there are people who do that. I'm not saying it's not a thing. I'm just saying if you're going to lead with that, Yeah, it's a red flag. It's a red flag.
I just saw like this Reddit post about this guy who's been a stepdad to this child.
Mm-hmm.
This child knows this guy as their dad,
Mm-hmm.
but the man can only refer to himself as stepdad.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see this child as my son. I see him as like a nephew. Like I want
That's
a child
so
of
weird.
my own.
That's so weird.
Like I think the wording of just like I need a child of my own is like a really huge thing for me, because I'm just like, if you're dating the mom, you're taking in the kid too.
Like
It's
they're
just
a
like
package
your
deal.
child is now going to be your own child.
Mm-hmm.
Like I straight up told Dustin, I'm just like, if you can't accept that this is going to be your daughter, like it's fine. Like you have to promise me you're not going to treat a blood child better than you're going to treat my child.
Nope, I could not. Another red flag is when they talk about a child as if it's a burden.
Yes.
I see it so many times in like people who are married, like mutual friends, and I experienced this when I was married too. Like the child was just, their existence was a burden just because they were a kid doing kid things, and it's super gross. They're a kid.
Mm-hmm.
They can't help that they exist.
Another thing for me, if you expect a small child to act like a grown child, like, hey, use your words. You know not to do that. I mean, yeah, they know not to do it, but like they're still gonna push the boundary to see if they can get to a point where they can do it.
Or like we talked in the one episode, impulse control.
Oh, we shouldn't.
Another red flag would be them going to get food or something and not bringing anything back for your kid.
Or even asking if they
Yeah.
want to get the kid anything.
Mm-hmm. Like if you're just getting food for yourself, cool, that's great. But like if you're gonna bring me food, also get my kid something. Because my kid is also gonna want to eat.
Mm-hmm. Like the other day, I didn't even know Dustin went to fucking Freddy's. Right?
Oh, yeah.
I came home and he had gotten Freddy's.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, did you get DJ anything? Like that was the very first thing I asked. He goes, she got chicken tenders.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sometimes he'll like do little things to surprise you, and I gotta keep my mouth shut. And I hate it. Like when he cleaned your room, I was like, man, I want to tell Kylie that he's cleaning the bedroom right now.
Yeah, and I asked you, I'm like, what's Dustin doing?
I was like,
and you're
I
like, I can't tell you. Then I'm just like, he's cleaning my room, isn't he?
I know.
As soon as like you guys wouldn't tell me what he was doing, it's like I knew he was cleaning my room because he's done that before.
But it's nice of him because it was a
It
little
really
messy.
is. It was. So I'm like, they can't accept that there's gonna be kid things everywhere and the kids come first.
Yeah.
It's like I get that you want us time and that you want spicy time, but like if my kid's screaming and knocking at the door,
There's no spicy time.
yeah.
If my kid's awake, there's no spicy time.
Sometimes I can get away with it if I keep DJ distracted long enough. Like Dustin and I've done that a few times after the hour.
Or like when I'm home, like I really don't give a shit. I'm like, turn your music on. The kids are cool. Because we help each other out with our kids regardless. Like
Yeah.
if we're home and we see one kid doing something they shouldn't be doing, we correct it. That's just like, we're kind of co-parenting in a sense together.
I'm gonna be Ambrose's second mom.
A couple times DJ's accidentally looked at me and went, Mom! And I'm like, I'm not your mom. I'm Aunt M. And she goes, oh, Aunt M.
I'm gonna go tell your doctor that I'm the co-parent.
Oh my god, the
Those are
child
red flags.
support. If I ever hear a man go, that woman put me on child support, I'm like, were you even giving her money to begin with?
When we had like a falling out, he never complained about giving his baby mama child support. He's like, I gladly pay it. Like, why isn't your baby daddy on it? And I'm like,
my dad has 50-50 of his
hey,
youngest.
please stop, little one.
Of his youngest kid.
Yes, it is. Thank you.
My dad has 50-50 of his youngest, and he pays his ex-wife child support regardless of them having 50-50 because she makes significantly less money than my dad does. Fair. Valid. My dad never bitches one time about having to pay the child support. My dad also buys everything else that he needs for like football and whatever, and he doesn't complain because he gets it.
Oh, one thing with toddlers, they may hate bath time. They might hate getting water in their face. You're gonna have to buy rubber ducky hats to avoid getting water in their face when you wash their hair.
That's cute though. I'm glad you're getting that. I'm not putting that on Ambrose though. He'd probably take it off.
Oh yeah, no worries.
She doesn't fight me. Why does she fight you when it comes to
Because I'm
her?
mom and I'm her safe person.
She fights your mom, too, on it.
Yeah. Oh, that's one thing you're also going to have to know. That dating a single parent, that parent is going to be the safe parent. The child will be fine all day until that safe parent comes home, and then it's meltdown after meltdown after meltdown because their mask is finally coming off.
And they can relieve the stress. We keep getting distracted because we like to talk.
Yeah.
And also because of our kids being home today. Have any tips? Any tips for anybody who likes to date single parents or potentially dating a single parent or wants to date a single parent?
Patience and understanding is an absolute must.
Yes, absolutely.
Like, if you can't be patient with the mom or dad trying to figure out, like, a schedule and, like, work around their schedule, because it's all going to depend on their schedule. I mean, at least at first.
Right.
At first. Like, if you can't be patient and understand that she or he are going to be busy with, like, their job or, like, their schooling and their kid and, like, appointments that they may have and, like, priority time with the kid, if you can't understand that, then just don't try to date a parent. Don't.
All of that. If you just don't like kids either,
Don't do that.
Don't.
Because if you date the parent, you're going to bring the kid in. And if you're just dating the parent because you want something to do, and, like, you don't want nothing to do with the kids, don't do it. You're going to break that kid's heart.
Yeah, because kids, they get emotionally attached to people who are constant in their life, regardless of how the person treats them. And it is very disruptive to the child. So it is super important. If you're going to date a parent, respect the parent's wishes, respect the child. Expect to hear Old MacDonald all day.
Or Daddy Finger.
Yeah.
Also known as Finger Family. Dee just likes to call it Daddy Finger.
Yes. If anyone else has advice or anything, you guys could contact us. Information is going to be in the notes, our link tree, and social medias and whatever. And I think that's all of that for tonight. Really, this was about single moms, and you just listen to two single moms go off on tangents. So it doesn't explain anything for you. We were not organized tonight. We're tired and doing mom things. So by the time this gets posted, hopefully I can make it coherent. If not, fuck it. You guys love the chaos. You guys think it's funny. And I'm glad you guys find it entertaining. We actually have 100 listeners. We've reached 100 listeners throughout all of our episodes. So I hope you guys keep listening. And hopefully we get more entertaining as we go.
Thank you guys. The support's really appreciated. Because
we're getting in the flow of things and we're learning how to do this a lot better. We're recording on an iPad, which I think the sound quality is pretty decent for an iPad. Hopefully we can get mics and set up with the computer at some point. But like I said, we're single moms. If you guys want to donate to us to help to help fund us to get better equipment, there is absolutely an opportunity to do that via our link tree. And all of our money would go back into making this podcast better. Even if that turned our podcast into a video platform as well. Because right now it's just audio. And I think that'd be fun to, like, sit at a table with a nice camera and do it that way as well. But, till next time, this is Evie.
This is Kylie.
And thanks for listening to us bullshit. Have a good night.
You like to find other ways to support us? Awesome. Go ahead and click the link in the description of this episode, or just go to your web browser and type in linktr.ee/bs podcast. Again, that was linktr.ee/bs podcast. And while you're at it, go ahead and order yourself some Javi coffee and get 15% off. That's right, 15% off some of the highest quality coffee concentrate. Save money in your wallet and also help support this podcast.